Hey everyone, welcome to Funnel University. This is our second funnel for today. So exciting. So on my side, I don't know about you guys, but in Dropbox, I've been building out a folder that's got like every funnel or funnel hacking, and it keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's just like, it's insane. So I try to find my favorite ones each month to share with you guys. And this one's gonna be just a one-page thing I'm gonna show you, but it's tied into a bigger strategy. So I want you guys to think about the strategy because it's key. In fact, I just had my high-end inner circle meeting here in our new office for the last 4 days, and we had about 50 entrepreneurs come through it. And what was a big theme amongst all of us entrepreneurs is we all have the shiny object syndrome, right? We're going to thing, and we're jumping around all over the place. And what's interesting is, like, as I was talking to all of them, like I kept telling people, like, the biggest problem I had in my business for the first like 10 years of it was that. It's like shiny object, jumping around all over the place, right? And first what I did is I remember I had built my first company. It was growing. It was like a little over $1 million a year. But I couldn't get past that. I'm like, okay, if I need to grow my company, what I need to do is instead of having $1 million a year business, I should have two. And so I launched a second company. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'll have two businesses making both $1 million a year. And what happened is, like, one of them went up, this one went up, and this one went down, and then I was at the point where I made about $1 million that year. And then I was like, okay, well, if two don't work, maybe I need three. So I tried three, and it's like, whoom. Anyway, I for almost a decade of my life, I was trying to replicate what I had done into a second company, and think that was the secret to growing how much money I was making. And I got a point where we were making about $3 million a year, but I tapped out probably for 5 or 6 years. I couldn't get above the $3 million a year range because I don't know, whatever it is about focus and energy, like, you only have so much, no matter how talented you are. I don't know, there's some people that can do it. I don't know if they really do. I think they lie about it. But anyway, and so for me, the biggest shift, because I went from that, and then I remember my last year that I was like, okay, instead of doing 3 companies, what if we did 12? And we literally launched 12 companies in a year. And guess what happened? One of them blew up, and all the other ones sucked it down, and then we made the same amount of money. And I was like, duh. So about the time is when we were building this new weird thing called ClickFunnels. And when it came out, I was like, I think this is special. I'm gonna actually focus, which is hard. And so I cut out everything else. I started focusing there. And at first, as an entrepreneur, I was stressed out because I'm like, I get half my energies from like the creativity of like creating thing after thing after thing, right? And I was like, I'm gonna get bored if the only thing I'm selling is ClickFunnels. Like, it's already been created. Like, what am I gonna do now? And so I started shifting. Like, what if I focus my creativity instead of creating a new company, like new ways to get people into ClickFunnels? And so it's a weird thing because it sounds similar, but it was, instead of like building a new company, building new offers, it was like, what are the new creative things I can create to get people into my main thing, right? And I look at that, we went from 3 million to 10 to 30 and beyond really, really fast because I was focusing all my effort, all my creativity on one thing. And so the reason I want to show you this funnel is because a couple of months back in Funnel U, I showed you guys Frank Kern's new continuity funnel, and because it had a really cool upsell ninja thing that I thought was like amazing. So if you haven't seen that one, go back in the archives at funnelu.com, and you can see the video and the training and all that kind of stuff in there. But what I've been watching, and I didn't talk to Frank about this specifically, but someone just told me, I think it was Brandon Bouchard was telling me that Frank was mentioning him, like, that this is his main thing and all his creativity is going into to just sell this one thing. He's like, how much more liberating is it knowing that I only sell one thing instead of like I'm trying to create new products and courses and upsell, and just focusing on one thing. And so this is kind of extension of that Funnel U from a little while ago, because last week Frank came out with this email and was talking about this new thing called upscale continuity, and I was like, interesting, like Frank's doing this whole new thing, but I really enjoy Frank and I love watching his stuff, and I usually get everything he says transcribed because I like the way he does his pitches and stuff. And so I was like, I'm gonna watch this video and get it transcribed. So I watched the video, and about 2/3 into it, I was like, this is like the coolest thing ever. So let me show you the process. So he sends his list out to this page, simple page, it ends midnight, March 19th, and there was a countdown timer, and then top said, why am I giving you my brand new upscale continuity training for free? And I was like, what is that? So I started watching this video, and when you watch the video, it's just a sales video, Frank kind of going through the whole process. And he's talking about this continuity program he's launched. It's $300 a month. It's called his Inner Circle. Same one we talked about in the other Funnel U. And he talked about how much money he's getting. And I think he's up to like, I can't remember, $600,000 or $700,000 a month he's making off this thing. And he talking about the model and how it works, and like how he showed it to Ryan Stewman, and Ryan launched when he's killing it, and then he showed it to this girl named Brooke in the personal development space, and she launched and she's killing it, and like and showed this whole huge case study about his upscale continuity, how much money he's making with it. And then he starts going into this pitch of like, I'm gonna do a training course on this. Most of my training courses sell for $3,000 to $5,000. In fact, here they are on my website. You can look at this one, and shows all these different courses. They're selling tons of money. And he said, in the future maybe I'll sell this for $5,000 or $6,000, but If you want this right now, the live training starting, it ends Sunday, but Monday the live training starting, or Tuesday the live training starting, whatever it was. And I'm gonna be 6 weeks where I'm gonna be going through and teaching my upscale continuity concept. And the only way to get it right now is to be a member of my continuity program. So if you guys go join my continuity program, then you get the whole thing for free. And that was it. That was the offer. And I was like, dude, how cool is that? He's only got one thing he's focusing on. He's figuring out cool new ways to bring people in, like create something creative. But instead of going and selling a new course, just only allow members to have it. And then it'll get more and more members to keep coming in. And so I was thinking about that for all of you guys. If you have one thing, if you have a continuity program or something you're focusing on, if that becomes the core focus, is to grow that, to grow the continuity in your business or whatever it is for you. You know, for me, it could be ClickFunnels, it could be whatever it is, but focusing on that. And then when you're creating new things, you can still be creative, but don't do creativity on creating a new product. Be creative creating things that you can get people into your main thing, okay? If you look at, in my business, I've just looked at over the last few years, my creativity, like why did I write the Expert Secrets book? Why did I write the .com Secrets book? Why do we put out the Perfect Way? Like all these different offers we're putting out are not about me making money. I will make $0 or pretty close to $0 from Expert Secrets, but I will add hopefully hundreds of thousands of people into ClickFunnels because of this, right? I focus my creativity on this thing to get people into ClickFunnels. And the same thing what Frank's doing here. And that's why I wanted to show you guys this. It's simple, it's easy, it's just a one-page thing to basically give away something amazing that gets people into your continuity program. And that's it. So we'll call this Kern Inner Circle. Almost as cool as my inner circle, only it's not. But we'll leave that for an argument another day. So again, the inner circle for Kern, for Frank, is right here. And it's a $297 a month print newsletter continuity program. Every month he's shipping things out. And he's got his core funnel, which again, we dissected on a different funnel U. He comes in, makes the offer. And I think if I remember right, it was like a $397 trial, but it was a trial first, $397, and then if you on the upsell, you could save $100 if you paid in full, and so it ends up being $297. This was like we did a whole issue on that because it was so amazing, and it pushes people into there. And then what he's doing now is he's creating these things that are basically one-page funnels with a countdown clock, your headline. You got a video training, making a special offer, in the bottom. Saying yes, pushing people into it. Okay, and I'm sure, I guarantee you will watch more of these happening for him, you know, moving forward. There'll be another one on some other cool concept he's training. You get the video. Yes, and he'll keep pushing in. And my guess is he'll probably do one of these once a quarter, so something that's all pushing people into this main thing. And that is the key, picking one thing and focusing all your creativity on how do we get people into that one thing. The more you focus on one thing, the more successful you're going to be. You will stop capping out at this level like I did for so long, and you'll be able to scale and grow really, really rapidly. And I look at Frank. I mean, he will soon, my guess is soon be at $1 million a month off of a $300 a month continuity program, and it's by doing stuff like this, new hooks to get people in. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you got some good ideas out of it, and I want you to start focusing. Don't forget, you're just one funnel away, and it might be this one right here. I don't know.